Hello everybody, Dragana here from Saacibo. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing well. Every time I complete a journal I feel just great, and I'm really happy to show you this one. It's really pretty. I created a lot of ephemera for it, which I will be storing in this envelope pouch that I created from my jelly print, so that the book can be closed properly. But you know, I could have created less, but then I don't want anyone to miss out, so I did put a lot of it inside. I'll just quickly show you the dimensions. It's 5 3/4 inches and 8 1/4, and spine here is about 1 1/4, but at its widest it's almost 4 1/4 inches. But once I take everything out, it will close properly. I love this fabric. I've done a similar journal recently and I used the same fabric but in different colors, and that one had this butterfly as well. I don't have any more of these butterflies. They were just, I bought them a while ago and they were just 2 in a pack. I wish I bought more because they're so pretty, and they look like this really old gold that's turned green. I put some lace here and some cheesecloth and a bit of gold lace as well. There are protective metal corners. I've done some stitching, and there's 3 signatures, as you can see. I think this one's just really cute. I really enjoyed working on it. I've tried to include a lot of the things that I've done recently, so let's have a look. Okay, when we start here, as you can see, this is from the Time Traveler digital kit, I think. But this is an image from a magazine, and I love that. I added this thing here with an eyelet so that I can attach this sunflower charm. I know this is not a sunflower, but it's kind of that flower shape similar, and I thought it looked really good like that. Alright, so now here we have a little tuck spot, and I've put some book pages and a paper from the digital kit that I'm working on. It's going to be lace collection again, so I thought just a little preview, but I'll put that aside to go into the envelope. And this again is from the Time Traveler, and that as well. Got a bit of lace here. You probably, if you saw my last video, I was working on this part here. You can see how I created it. There's a journaling spot here as well. Now here there's a pocket. I put a little bookmark. It says, I listen to my inner voice. Okay, that's writing spot. This paper is, I think, from the Time Traveler as well. This is from a paper bag that I received from Steffi, a friend from Germany. Thank you, Steffi. It's really cute. I've been using it in a few of my journals now. I love it. Again, Time Traveler. And here we have a little pocket. A lot of stitching in this journal. Some stenciling here as well. And that's from my, I think, Dream Diary collection tag. But I'll take it out for now. So, see this. The gift wrapping looked really interesting, like rice paper, but it's not. It's I just love that because it's gold and it had that design there. I thought it went well with the rest of the journal. Right, and this is a scanned and printed image from one of my digital kits that I really loved, and I thought I should include it here. This is some tissue paper that I stenciled on in gold color. As you can see, a lot of the pages have sewing on them. Alright, this is the middle of the first signature, and I created here 2 pockets. again, I used, as the background, I used the Time Traveler digital kit, and this is from the Time Traveler, but these are in the digital that it's coming up. It's not out yet, but I will have it soon in my shop. These are just some die cuts of the wildflowers I had, and I put this mesh fabric on top of that image. You can still see it through, but I just thought it looked interesting like that. And these are just like original papers from some old notebooks. Okay, and I left these long on purpose, you know. They can be trimmed, or whoever ends up owning the journal, they might want to add some charms or some beads. I left them like that. Okay, now again we have some writing spot. There's the tissue paper, the other side of that jelly print. Again, here as well we have a pocket. Forgot to mention there's a pocket here as well. So there's like double pocket. One is the larger and one is smaller. And this paper was also sent to me in a Happy Mail, and I actually waxed it. It's quite thick scrapbooking paper, and I took the wax really well, so it's really pretty. I'll take this one out. Alright, we have some stamping there. Writing. Over here we have a pocket, and I decided to put some old book pages. Put that aside. Writing area. Now here we have like a tuck spot or writing area. Both of these are waxed as well. And here I used a flower. I hinged that bit there, so it can be used as a, you know, tuck spot or writing spot, and you just use that flower as a closure kind of thing. And I have a tutorial on how to make those flowers. It's a really enjoyable process for me anyway. Okay, so here's another tuck spot, and I included this beautiful tag that I decorated with some bling and some lace, and I stitched around, stenciled at the back. And this one is from my, I think, forest collection. What's it called? Forgotten the name. Forest Whispers. Yes, that's the. Sorry about that. Okay, so here again we have some writing spot. This is, I think, Time Traveler. And over here is the start of the second signature. I tried to put some lace at the start of each signature. I tried to use different ones. So we have a green here. Over here we have this little piece with these shiny little beads kind of thing. They just look really nice. And here's a big pocket that's created from my jelly print and from my digital. And I included one of my specimen cards that were made with playing cards. I also have a tutorial on that, so if you haven't seen it, I will link it down below in the description box. Okay, so here we have writing spot, and over here I included one of my tags with a pocket. Alright, that's a tag, there's a pocket, that's like a journaling card, and I've done a tutorial on that as well. And this is the digital, this is one of those collage strips that I made recently. There is a video on that as well. It's a very interesting way to use up your scraps. And I just turned it into a belly band. Right, over here we have a little charm with a rose. This is just a paper ruffle made from this old vellum paper. And here we have like a little pocket. Keep sticking to this paper, but it can be used as a pocket. This is, I think, also from Time Traveler, probably. Now here, this is from a magazine that I really like to buy from time to time when they have nice images like this. And I just attached it, glued it down, because the paper was really flimsy. I just glued it down to a piece of this craft paper that I took out from my book, and I left this on purpose like that. I thought it was very interesting like that. Okay, if you watched my last video, you might have seen how I created this bit here. This is a jelly print, and then I stenciled that on top. And over here, again, another jelly print. So there's two jelly prints joined together with stitching. I glued them together to create that, and then I added book pages here to create pockets. And that one is from a digital kit that it's coming up. It's not out yet. Here we have a little cluster. Okay, there's some stenciling going on here. And we come to the middle signature. Center of the central spread of the middle signature, I should say. And this is my absolute favorite. I just love this picture. I love the little bird with the crown, and I love this pocket. It was made with junk mail envelope, and I had this leftover bit from die cutting this flower. I added an eyelet and a key charm, and the background image I used the one from the Time Traveler kit. I just stamped a little bit on it. I did some inking, and this is, I think, baking paper, and I stamped on it. And this is a little something that I created earlier, but I thought it just went really well. I just added this on top, and it's a, you can clip it anywhere, and it's like a little writing notepad, and I thought it looked really good here, but I will take it out and put it aside. Okay, now we'll come to the other side. Here is a little cluster. Again, a paper from that kit that it's not out yet. This is one of the flowers from last summer that I left in a book and then laminated later on. It just looks really pretty. It can be used to create one of those specimen cards. I think it's just so beautiful and delicate. I thought I left it. I thought I included in this journal. Okay. To the second half of this middle signature. This paper I tea stained, and then I used some purple watercolors, and in the end I sprayed with a pearly white fabric paint, and this is the effect. I just really love it. Here we have a little bird that I attached to this envelope. I also, you can see how I've done that in my last video. Okay, and over here again I just cut out this image, used a bit of a jelly print, some of that baking paper and book pages. There's like two pockets here. There's one here and one over here. This is from my shabby steampunk collection, and this is something that I've been working on, and I will do a tutorial on how to make this faux botanical handmade paper. I mean, it's faux handmade paper, but it's actually, it is botanical. It's got real bits and pieces of flowers, and I've been trying to make it look really thin instead of a thick one. I wanted it to have that texture and look, but also I wanted it to be really thin, and I succeeded. So I thought I'll share it with you in one of my next videos. It's really fun to do. Okay, here we have a pocket as well. That's a book page, and that's a postcard or a journaling card from a shabby steampunk collection. Alright, and now we come to the third signature, and over here I included one of those tags with a pocket tag that holds a tag, with two smaller tags and flowers. And these ones were made with my jelly prints, and this is also an envelope that I used jelly print on, and then I glued this picture from that magazine, and she looks like she's holding her hand next to her ears if she's listening. And there's a little charm, that musical symbol. And this whole journal is to do with listening, listening to yourself, listening to your inner voice. That's the theme, that why I included pictures of birds, of her, and saying like, listen to your own thoughts, your own heart, kind of thing. I didn't write it anywhere apart from that bookmark that had that writing there, but that's what I was thinking about when I created this journal. That's my handmade paper. I also have a tutorial on how to make that, and I just stamped this image on top. This music sheet was sent to me in a happy mail by Steffi. Thank you, Steffi. I waxed it. It looks interesting. Again, another bird, and I left this window empty. Whoever ends up owning it, they can write whatever they want here. I was going to put a scientific name of that bird, but I just couldn't figure out what sort of bird that is. Really, I don't know what bird it is, but it looks pretty. Okay, some tea-dyed paper. There's some graph paper here. Some stamping on the side. Another one of my jelly prints. Again, here we have a pocket and a tuck spot. There's a pocket here, there's a tuck spot there. Even that can be lifted. I just sprayed that with some gold paint. And I included two of the journaling cards or postcards from my shabby steampunk, and just some labels. They can be peeled off and glued anyway. I just had a few, and I thought they might look pretty somewhere in the journal. Over here we have those pages that we created with book pages and junk mail envelopes, and I thought I'd include this one here. So that's a pocket there. And this is one of the old calendars, and I love using it in my collages because it has those big numbers, and you can stamp on them, paint, use your jelly print, and just cut out little numbers and use like that. I thought that was just like an extra bit that can be used in a collage. Okay, here again, one of those belly bands made with those collage strips that I've done recently, and yet another one of those tags with a pocket tag with a tag. I might have done this one on camera, I'm not sure, perhaps not, but it's one of those. I just did some stenciling here and obviously stitching, and I absolutely love this middle spread. It's one of the masterboards from the Time Traveler kit, but I stenciled on top of it, and it just looks really nice. And that's one of my handmade flowers, paper flowers, that I've done a tutorial on not so long ago. Okay, so here we have two of my herbal cards. I have 3 volume 1, 2 and 3 in my shop. And I should mention I have a huge sale on all of my digital kits and also my sewing patterns, and everything is 50% off for a week only. So if you want to try them out, yeah, you're welcome to just go to my Etsy shop and they will all be there. So if you want to take advantage of that huge sale. Okay, so this is the old book in German and it has this beautiful font. I have no idea what it says, but I just love this font. It's beautiful Gothic font. And here we have the strip that I turned into like a belly band on top of that pocket. I love this one. Really cute. Yeah, and this is one of those fabric collages that I was making a lot probably a year ago, and I had a few. I think I might have put one here as well. Yeah, that's two. I thought they looked good in this journal. Alright, and over here we have the other side of that junk mail envelope pocket, and then that is going to be in my new digital kit, but it's not out yet, but it will be soon hopefully. And over here we have a pocket that I glued. Yeah, I used my jelly print, and this is the image from a book. And yet again, this book is about what is it? It's one of those authors who speak a lot about ancient aliens and time traveling, and you know, that's why I put it there. It just looked interesting. Okay, and here we have another one of those pages from the German book, and this is like a stenciled on top of this thin tissue paper on, and that's glued onto my jelly print, and I just did some stitching, so it's a tuck spot, but you can still write over here. Here as well, another piece of that faux botanical paper and a book page. This one is, I think, in, yeah, all the book pages are in Bosnian, except for those two that are in German. Alright, so here we have on the handmade paper just a stamp of two lovebirds, and I love how that turned out. When I tore this paper and I put it next to this to see, it was just a perfect fit. I didn't intend to do this, but it worked out right. Okay, and over here we have another piece from one of the old notebooks. I only have a few of these left, so I've been using them a lot in my journals. And that's the other side of that journal image. This one, this says, "We are stronger than we think. We should let our authentic voices," something like that. Anyway, I'm not a translator, but it's along those lines. And this is a bookmark that I created specifically for this journal, and I watched Natasha from Treasure Books tutorial on how to make these. Made those beads here, and there's a sun charm on top. Right, I will link that video down in the description box as well. Okay, so let's have a look. Now it closes really well, as you can see. Now that's normal. And this, so much here. Hopefully I'll be able to fit everything inside of that envelope. I sorted out all of the ephemera, and there's quite a bit. And I will put that all in the envelope here, apart from those, I think. Hopefully this fits. Yep. This fits. So, close it. Right. And I will just leave those two inside of the journal. Maybe in one of those pockets. That should be alright, it's not too bulky, I think. Alright, so that's the journal, that's the ephemera in this little pouch. And again, I made this book sleeve for my journal from this crochet piece, again, that I picked up on flea market last summer. And it was in the shape of, I think, hexagon. And I just managed to fold it in a way that it fits this book. I'll just show you what it looks like when the journal is inside. Just use this rope to join it together. It can be undone, and I suppose I didn't cut it, I just kept it whole as it was. So if you take this rope off, and you can still use it as a little crochet piece, I suppose. I thought it looked pretty. The way I tied it here is like a shoelaces, basically. If you undo this, you can open it up completely. But I spent a lot of time threading it too, so I don't want to do that. And over here, this closes like that. I created a little like tassel here, and we'll do my charms. So it's going to be sent like that. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you got some ideas. I hope you got inspired. And that would be it for me today. Bye for now.